Why should you play The Last of Us 2 when you see this?
There's going to be fans of the first game that aren't going to like the second game, and that we have to be okay with that. And there's going to be people that just never played the first game are going to love the second game, and all we can do is be true to ourselves and keep making what we believe in.
Or you look up game reviews and see this. So how is it possible that this happens to a game that came from this? So I think we just need to rewind a little to remind us of what made people love the first game so much. The Last of Us. The initial game that came out of nowhere back in May 2013 that submerged fans into an enthralling post-apocalyptic world full of zombies, infected. I mean, let's be honest, they are the same. The tomato. Naughty Dog made fans fall in love with these relatable characters with well-developed backgrounds and real emotions, which made it even more difficult and more dramatic for players to see when these characters they had grown to love suddenly have their journeys brought to a sudden end.
Honey, it's
What?
nice, but I think it's stuck. It's not.
What? No. Oh, ha.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
The Last of Us has always entertained fans by giving us endless hours of slaughtering infected and even humans alike in all sorts of brutal ways. It gives freedom to players on whether to be stealthy and sneak up on unexpected enemies from behind, or just go Rambo and just go run at the enemy with all guns blazing. And there'll even be enemies that try to 360 trick shot you. This is what we love about The Last of Us. So it's no wonder that they were able to sell 17 million copies across the PS3 and PS4, and that was back in 2018. That's roughly $1 billion in sales revenue alone. Surely with all that profit, The Last of Us 2 was destined to be one of the greatest games of all time, right? 7 years in the making. It had to be.
Ellie!
Right?
But they ain't.
Within the first 3 days after release on the 19th of June, about 4 million copies of the game were sold. It was a good sign. The long wait was finally over, and fans couldn't wait to experience this. One of the reasons why you should play The Last of Us 2, there are many adrenaline-rushing escape sequences where the player must become Usain Bolt in order to survive. Oh, there's too many. Oh, there's too many. Oh, crap. These sequences can occur at any time or any place. Players
Get ready to celebrate.
must always be ready to run.
Oh, hell no!
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Secondly, is because of the countless unique quick-time events that require the player to press multiple square buttons to escape the grasp of enemies. I'm gonna spam buttons. I'm spamming buttons. Don't pause off me. These moments are intense and require unbelievably quick reactions for the player to survive.
Here we go again.
I'm pressing it. Get off me. Get off me. I'm saying. Thirdly, The Last of Us 2 is filled with simple puzzles that require practical thinking to get through the level. What am I aiming for? Okay, just throw it up there.
2,000 years later.
Get that. Huh?
One eternity later.
Fortunately, if players are really struggling, Naughty Dog has in place a system where a hint will be given to the player on what to do next.
Get over.
I thought that was a trap for a sec. Some less experienced players might find themselves stuck at times and resolve to more desperate measures. What do you want me to do?
A few moments later.
With the top-notch hardware that the PS4 system offers, players can expect flawless gameplay. That's actually weird. Can we... Right, this is flawless gameplay. The Last of Us 2 is not entirely full of bloody brutality and gore as people think, but it also has its peaceful moments and interactions with characters.
Yes.
Doggy. Stroke doggy. The Last of Us 2 is completely animal friendly and suitable for all dog lovers.
Psych!
And if that was not enough, to top it off, the characters in the game are hilarious and tell the funniest of dad jokes.
What is the downside to eating a clock? It's time consuming.
I think Shimmer's getting sick.
What? How can you tell?
She sounds a little hoarse.
Alright, enough stupid jokes, let's go back and do this right. Just like its predecessor, The Last of Us 2 does not fail to introduce more lovable characters. I mean, definitely apart from one just unlovable character. And maybe their gang of friends, I mean, they're right. Anyway, audiences can't help but feel connected with some of these new characters.
Give me that. Oh, yeah, like you're gonna get it. Oh, fuck it.
The combat system and HUD that fans are accustomed to got a sleek upgrade, with even more ways to take down enemies and those flippin' annoying clickers. The infamous brutal killing styles really took up a much in the scene. I mean, come on, we all love a bit of gore. The epic missions that were loved in the initial game, like when Joel was sniping some bandits from a roof, can be a appreciated and reminisced by similar parallels in The Last of Us 2.
Oh yeah, I'm 100%.
A time where bullet physics.
I like how fall smells.
Miss those days. I missed.
It's a while to get the hang of this. Gonna have to tell Joel about this.
And now finally, the very last reason, and perhaps no, definitely the best reason why you should play The Last of Us 2. You can play the flipping guitar. Because you're going to need to play that guitar to get you through this journey when you finally understand what
We wanted
Neil
to go
Druckmann meant.
into Last of Us Part 2, especially with the theme and what we're trying to say with this game, is knowing that no one is safe, not even these two.
You just got to push through and keep playing no matter what happens.
You're one of the worst singers I've ever heard in my life.
I personally think critics have focused too heavily on the negative aspects of the game, rather than considering the future avenues Naughty Dog could venture. It's never that simple. But at the end of the day, it's a gorgeous game with awesome gameplay, full of impeccable details that really show the 7 years of hard work that Naughty Dog put into the game. There are some really just beautiful moments that carry through this crazy 30-hour roller coaster ride of emotions. The question is it better than the original? Of course not. Would I play The Last of Us 2 again? 100%. Is it one of those games you have to play for yourself? Yes. I mean, I wish I could change a certain aspect of the story.